Welcome to this episode of the You Two Scare Me podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Andy.
And I'm Felice, and we are here together, ready for spookiness in Key West.
Woohoo! So today, as I was preparing for you to come over, I felt like it was the first time.
I'm so excited and nervous.
I was, well, I felt like I was moving slow and I couldn't remember everything we needed.
Oh.
And I was like, where's this? What do I do with that?
Oh, yeah.
And so on. So no promises about anything in this episode.
Yeah. Well, and then also I called you.
Oh, yeah.
I called Andy. Okay. So I think we've told you that we always have to do this after bedtime for the little ones. And so, which that's kind of late for me. And so I was
it's
like,
also after Felice's bedtime.
Yeah. Yes. And so I was like laying on the couch watching a movie and I knew I had to get up, but then I was like, is it tonight? Are we doing it tonight? So I called Andy. I was like, are we doing this tonight? And she's like, yeah. And I said, oh, do we have something tomorrow? And we actually have a big event tomorrow. We have a big thing tomorrow for our podcast. So yeah, I was like, oh gosh, I think I'm getting dementia or something. I don't know. I'm losing my mind.
It really is just like once it's after 8 o'clock, Felice is just like,
I power down on it.
She does. Exactly. So she had a Dr. Pepper, everybody. She's ready.
I'm ready. So good.
So we've made it through Fantasy Fest, and Halloween is for us this week. But by the time this episode comes out, we'll be approaching Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
which is so crazy.
Oh my gosh,
this is the time of year that I love the most, but I always feel like it goes so fast.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, but I also just I feel like right now I'm like, okay, we just have to get through this. And then we have to get through that.
I hate that feeling too, because you want to be present and you want to be enjoying every moment. You know, You have to stop and like be in it, live in it.
Yeah.
You know?
So I'm hoping that we can kind of slow down a little bit before Thanksgiving, but I don't know.
I know once Thanksgiving too, it's like boom, boom, crazy, crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm excited, but I'm waiting for a day to just breathe.
Too. We had a really busy weekend with Fantasy Fest. I have another company and we were really busy with the big parade and all of that stuff. Andy was involved in the big parade too.
Yeah, it was so fun.
But it was a lot of work. And then it's Halloween and all our jobs and everything. So it's that time of year when everything goes so fast because you're so busy.
Yeah, definitely. I have to tell you something else funny. So last night I was the last one up. And so I was just, doing some chores and things like that. And I was listening to our exorcism episode.
Yes.
And so I'm the only one.
Don't tell me something so scary. Oh God. I'm scared.
No,
I'm nervous.
It's in the middle of me talking about all the stuff that Roland Doe was doing.
Yeah.
And my phone dies. And I was like, oh! And I was so scared. So I go to plug it in and it's not charging. And I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh. And Ryan is sleeping. So I'm trying to not wake him up, trying to tiptoe around everybody. And I'm just like so scared. And it was very traumatic.
Is your phone okay?
Well, funny you should ask. So I plugged it in. Okay, I'll let it charge. I'll set my alarms because I had to wake up early today, take the kids to school, do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I laid down and, oh gosh, it's not charged yet. Okay. And then I was like, I have to stay awake until it turns back on so I can set my alarms,
you
right?
You have to make sure your alarm is set. Oh, otherwise you can't sleep.
Right. So I'm laying there like, stay awake. And then I dozed off and then startled awake.
Yeah.
And my phone still isn't charged. So I set my Apple Watch alarm, which I've never done.
Yeah. So you're like trying to figure that out in the dark without your contacts in or anything.
Exactly. And I'm so blind. I'm like, what is, it's like I'm like 95 trying to do this, right? So I managed to set an alarm on my watch. My phone's plugged in. I'm okay. It'll be okay. I wake up in the middle of the night. My phone is on. I set my alarm. I'm like, cool. Fast forward to this morning and I hear the slightest little ding-a-ling, from my watch because my phone never charged.
Oh no.
And so I had this whole not momentary because it was all morning, panic that my phone was dead and I lost all my pictures and this and that. And I was like,
did you think it was?
I totally thought it was related to
supernatural that killed your phone.
I was like, oh my gosh, it's probably because I was listening to that stupid freaking episode about demons and stuff.
Oh, don't say the D word.
So then I got really scared. But I think it's just that I have a faulty charger because I did manage to charge my phone today, but I went on this whole spiral.
Crisis averted.
Yeah. So that was just that. But it happened at a very terrible time last night for my phone to die. And I'm like, oh
my gosh. Did you ever finish the episode?
No.
Oh, you should. It's good. You should try it.
I'll give it a whirl. No, I will finish it.
Yeah. I always listen just for quality control. And then I also think we're funny.
I mean, it's really funny because I do laugh at ourselves. But then, you know what happened then after my phone died? And as I was like ruminating on everything, I'm like, oh my gosh, your voice is so annoying.
No.
So I went down that whole path.
Yeah. It is weird to hear your voice when you're not used to it.
Yeah, it was weird.
It's weird.
But anyway. So that was
your
me.
voice isn't annoying. It's lovely.
Oh, thanks so much. Wow. That's really great. Thank you. And in case you're new to the pod and just hearing my annoying voice for the first time,
welcome. Don't worry. There's more.
There's more where that came from. We are just two silly ladies who love the unexplained, who love hauntings, cryptids, strange stories, and even aliens. But we know and recognize we have no real knowledge or understanding of what's happening in the world with any of this.
We don't know what's happening moment to moment in our own lives, so that's where we are. But we do know enough to have a deep respect for the unknown and unseen forces at work around us. Even though we cover spooky, scary topics, we make sure to laugh along the way to keep it light. We hope to bring you stories that give you chills, check under your bed, and think twice about whistling at night.
Don't even do it, please.
Don't worry. Never gonna do it.
Never gonna give you. We're getting punchy. A quick warning before we begin. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Our tales come from folklore, history, and people's reported experiences. Some stories may include sensitive topics, so listener discretion is advised.
So settle in and let's see what topic we'll cover in this episode as we return to Pennsylvania.
Woohoo! Dive into the shadows with us as we bring you haunting tales in this episode of the You Two Scare Me podcast. Shall we dive in? Today we dive into a Pennsylvania story that takes place 20 minutes from my hometown, but decades before I was born. At 4:47 p.m., December 9th, 1965, a fiery object streaked across the early evening sky over the Midwest.
Ooh.
You're going to be shocked.
I'm going to love it. I already know.
Witnesses across Michigan, Ohio, Ontario, and Pennsylvania reported seeing a bright fireball moving northwest to southeast. People in various states reported grass fires and hot metal debris, with people in the Pittsburgh area reportedly hearing a sonic boom. In the small rural community of Kecksburg.
Let's see your shirt.
Let me model for you. Here it is.
Thank you. Oh, very cute.
Thank you.
What's it say?
The Kecksburg incident.
Oh, okay.
In the small rural community of Kecksburg, about 40 miles southeast of Pittsburgh, people watched the object descend. Kecksburg is in Mount Pleasant Township, which is where my mom grew up. In Mount Pleasant, not in Kecksburg.
Okay.
At the time, Kecksburg had approximately 500 residents. Those residents described the object as glowing orange, trailing smoke, and appearing to be guided while making a level descent away from residential areas. They said the object appeared to make several turns before it ended up coming to rest in the woods of Kecksburg.
Okay.
The first people at the scene were neighbors, volunteer firefighters, and local police. Local resident James Romansky, then a young volunteer firefighter, was among those who rushed toward the crash site. He expected to find a plane wreck, but reportedly found something much different.
Ooh, what did he find?
He and other witnesses reported finding a burnt, bronze-colored acorn-shaped object about the size of a VW car or pickup truck. It didn't have any visible doors or windows, rivets, or seams. They said that near the bottom, they saw strange markings or symbols that resembled hieroglyphics.
Oh,
How
that's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Romansky said, quote, "I'm looking at it. What the heck is it? This is no airplane." He reported he got a few feet from the object but did not touch it. As about 8 or 9 firefighters inspected the scene, 2 men in trench coats, one carrying a square box, reportedly came over the hill.
Okay. The plot thickens.
This is a wild one.
Wow.
Romansky said that the men said, quote, "You're ordered out of the area." Romansky went on to say, "In my mind, in my heart, I know what I saw. Ain't nobody going to convince me different."
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's
serious about it.
Interviews with him appear all over the place. Others say they saw the same thing. And then the army arrived. It's reported that within an hour, uniformed men circled the perimeter and military trucks sealed off the area. When curious onlookers asked what was going on, they were told nothing. And state police told residents to go home. Jason Hayes was 10 and playing football when the object crashed. Hayes reported that a group of military men set up their command center in his family's 2-story house overlooking the woods.
In the house?
They commandeered it.
No way.
He said, "The first thing they did was tell my parents to send us kids to bed. Well, naturally, I was excited by all the goings-on, and our bathroom was downstairs. I made quite a few trips to the bathroom that night."
That sounds kind of familiar with how we started our podcast tonight. We had many tiny little visits from tiny little visitors.
Yes.
Before we started. They needed water.
Extra smoochies.
Yes. Getting tucked in. I'm afraid of the dark.
Yeah. Interesting facts. One more thing.
Yeah. Yes.
It was one of those nights.
Yes. So that's this guy too. He's like, "I need another drink of water. What are you guys doing in there?"
I can totally picture it, right? And I'm picturing kind of, I know it's not quite the right era, but like Mad Men kind of vibe, remember the show?
Yeah.
He also said there were a lot of men in uniforms and there were some men in suits. And it was clear that the men in suits were in charge of everything. They were over top of the military and they had a lot of clout.
Ooh.
Who are those men?
Oh my goodness.
Hayes reportedly watched the exciting events out of his bedroom window. So he's checking out. He's like, "What's going on in the woods? What's going on out there?" Right?
Yeah.
He said, "I couldn't see down into the hollow where they were at, but I did see 6 guys in radiation suits take a box down there. I didn't see them bring it back out."
Ooh, it's like E.T.
I know.
Remember that in E.T. when they came and they like commandeered the whole neighborhood and stuff?
Oh my god!
And they're all in those suits.
Wow, what if this inspired E.T.?
Ooh, maybe it did.
Another member of the Hayes family, Lillian Hayes, reported that the men made several calls using the family's telephone, but a later inspection of the family's phone bill showed no evidence of calls that were made. Some people reported that the authorities warned them away from the site because of a risk of radiation, while others were reportedly forced away at gunpoint.
Ooh, gosh.
So seems like a whole lot of something for nothing to see here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Around 10 p.m., numerous witnesses recall seeing uniformed men taking a large tarp-covered object away on a flatbed truck under heavy guard.
Wow.
Witnesses say the truck was traveling at a high rate of speed and was unmarked except for a white star. Accounts from Air Force personnel who spoke decades later about the incident reported that the heavily guarded object arrived at Lockbourne Air Force Base near Columbus, Ohio in the early morning hours. It was there only a short time before being taken to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base near Dayton, Ohio. Incidentally, I read some things that said a lot of UFOs and things like that that are recovered end up at Wright-Patterson.
Yeah, I was going to say that name sounds really familiar to me. Oh.
What's going on at Wright-Patterson?
Ooh.
It's been recorded that that evening, after all of the excitement died down and the military personnel left, approximately 8 or 9 locals remained in the area. I can picture these people, right?
Oh, yeah. They're bringing their coolers out.
Right.
And
they're
like,
the looky-loos.
What's going on? Yeah. Yes.
At
They're
approximately...
like, what do you think, Carl?
Well, I don't know, Bob. I saw something over there. At approximately 2 a.m., they reported seeing a bright blue light appear in the woods about 150 feet from where they were standing. By the time state troopers arrived to investigate, the light was gone.
Ooh, that was probably E.T.'s family coming to get him.
I know. I feel like that was a recovery or something. An article was published in the Beaver County Times on December 10th, so the next day, with a quote from a state trooper at the scene who said, quote, "There's definitely something down there." The Greensburg Tribune-Review, which, fun fact, is a newspaper from my hometown where I grew up.
Okay.
And what I grew up reading, and my dad still reads.
Yes.
Published an article on December 10th with the headline, "Unidentified Flying Object Falls Near Kecksburg. Army Ropes Off Area."
Ooh.
The article recounts that local residents of Kecksburg had felt vibrations and a thump when the object landed in Kecksburg. The article also stated that, quote, "The area where the object landed was immediately sealed off on the order of the U.S. Army and state police officials, reportedly in anticipation of the close inspection of whatever may have fallen." End quote.
Whoa.
A radar team with the U.S. Army's 662nd Radar Squadron from Pittsburgh was quoted as saying, "We don't know what we have yet." A staff writer for the Tribune-Review, Robert Gaddy, visited the site and reported that no one is being allowed near the object and that the area was being blocked off in case the object, whatever it is, may be contaminated with radioactivity. The following day, the story was retracted and the headline changed.
Oh, wow.
It was reported that nothing had been found.
Nothing to see here, folks.
Many speculate this smells like a cover-up.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
The official explanation came quickly. A meteorite had burned up in the atmosphere. Nothing had crashed in Kecksburg. End of story. Or so it seemed. Stan Gordon, a UFO historian, has said, "The Kecksburg case has all the hallmarks of a classic military recovery: rapid response, secrecy, and an official denial."
Yeah.
It's sometimes called the Roswell of the East.
Ooh. That's cool.
Over the years, theories about the Kecksburg incident piled up. Some people claimed it was a Soviet spacecraft. Others said it was a classified U.S. reentry vehicle. NASA records show that on December 9th, 1965, a Soviet Venus probe called Cosmos 96 re-entered Earth's atmosphere. It had a distinctive acorn-like shape, eerily similar to what witnesses described. But there's a problem. According to U.S. tracking data, Cosmos 96 came down over Canada 13 hours earlier.
But also the item that they had was like, it didn't have any rivets or openings or anything like that.
Right.
I mean, what we were building as far as satellites and stuff like that back in the 60s, it wasn't that with hieroglyphics on it.
Right.
You know.
And, you know, that's kind of like the heart of the space race time, right? You know, so there would have, you would imagine there would be a flag emblazoned on it or things like that, right? So unless that timeline is wrong, that object couldn't have landed in Pennsylvania. Some researchers think that it was part of a secret military program, possibly a reconnaissance capsule or a test reentry vehicle. These projects were heavily classified in the 60s, and the Army's quick appearance could fit that scenario. But no official documents confirm that theory. Astronomers point out that the fireball was seen across several states, consistent with a meteor breaking up in the atmosphere. They argue the object never actually landed in Kecksburg at all. What people saw, they say, were fragments or misidentified debris. But still, that doesn't explain the military presence or those reported symbols.
Right. Or the eyewitness account, right?
There's so many people, right? In the 1990s, investigative journalist Leslie Kean and the Sci-Fi Channel filed a Freedom of Information Act lawsuit against NASA, claiming the agency withheld documents about Kecksburg. In compliance with the lawsuit, NASA searched for the records before eventually admitting that some records were missing or destroyed.
Ooh.
I saw in some places they said 2 boxes were missing. And there was also a mention in my research that there is a reference to this in Project Blue Book.
Yeah.
Where they acknowledged it but didn't provide any other information.
Interesting.
So it remains unexplained.
Ooh.
Today, Kecksburg embraces its mystery. Each summer, the town hosts a UFO festival, complete with a replica of the acorn-shaped craft.
Fun.
The replica of the craft stands near the volunteer fire department, a monument to the night something from the sky came down in the woods, and no one could agree on what it was.
Ooh.
Fun fact, Ryan and I attended the festival in 2022.
Oh, fun. Oh my gosh.
We met a lot of Bigfoot hunters, witches, conspiracy theorists, and fellow paranormal enthusiasts.
Oh my gosh.
And UFO researchers.
Yeah.
I even purchased a map of the U.S. with cryptid and haunted hotspots and this sweet shirt.
Oh my gosh, where's your map? Do you still have it?
I have it. Don't worry.
We gotta look at it.
It's for our road trip.
Yeah, we gotta look at it.
And here's a photo of us there.
Oh my gosh. I actually, you sent that earlier. I did look at it, and at first I was like, what is that?
And so
we'll post that on our website.
Yeah.
It will be on our
you'll see it
on the episode.
I couldn't remember when we went, so I did a little search in my photos for UFO. And I'm not even kidding. 3 things came up.
Interesting.
So then I was like, as I was sitting here, I was like, oh my gosh, what are the other ones?
Yeah.
And so one was when I screenshotted, I bought tickets to something, and then at the bottom there was an ad about a UFO Star Watch with a local person. And then I apparently took a photo of a book I wanted to read called UFO of God.
Wow. Okay.
So
you're way more into this than we thought that you were.
Well,
it's like subconscious. I think you love UFOs.
You know, can I say there are several reasons why I'm so scared, but as I was thinking about this, one reason I'm so scared is because when I was in 6th grade, and I was a reader, always have been.
Yeah.
I read the true story of Betty and Barney Hill, who were supposed to be abducted.
Oh, yes.
And it was terrifying.
Oh.
So I think I was scarred for life.
Yeah.
As my 11-year-old brain was developing.
Yeah. I know. I feel like there aren't too many stories of abductions, but I don't know. I think they're here with us.
Oh gosh. I'm again really uncomfortable and nervous now. So what did fall from the sky over Kecksburg? A meteor, a Soviet probe, or something not of this world?
I don't know, but it's so interesting. So many of these types of things were happening all around that same time, because it's kind of around the same time as Roswell, a little after, but also all the stuff that we talked about with Key West is just slightly after that. So I don't know. I think it's so interesting. I don't know if it was like maybe things were getting reported more, or maybe there was more activity, or...
Well, think about it too. That was, the span of time when all of a sudden we're sending things into space, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe they're like, uh-oh, what are these people doing down there? Yeah. All of a sudden there's things flying up here, like...
Maybe. I don't know. The only thing about that is that it takes a very, very, very long time to get somewhere in space.
I mean, like, with our technology.
With our tech. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So,
yeah. Oh,
but we could just be little like peons that they monitor, and they're like, oh, good for them. They finally launched something up here. Good job.
We're like their little ant farm.
Right.
They're like, look at the little cuties just destroying everything down there.
Wasting away
Way
the planet.
Go, losers. They're like
ruining everything.
They're like, don't roll down the windows, honey. That place looks ghetto. Just like fly by, accidentally crash. Whoops.
So?
Just kidding. It's lovely here. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
We're gonna be okay, guys.
So Nearly 60 years later, the mystery remains. Whatever happened that night, it changed the town forever and left behind one of the most intriguing, unsolved cases in UFO history.
Oh, that's so fun. I would totally want to go there.
It is.
I love that kind of stuff.
So, when we were back in Pennsylvania a few years ago, we were, and I think, let's see, so 2022. So my son was a baby, right? And, we were visiting family and I was like, oh my gosh, there's this festival. And Ryan's like, let's go. Because it's only 20 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
And to get there, you are out in the middle of nowhere. The roads are really windy. You're going through farmland, really, really small towns.
Yeah.
And we're like, there it is. Okay, where do we park? So we park in a field.
Of course, yeah.
And it is like a county fair.
Yeah.
But with a bunch of like weirdos like us, right?
Yes. I love like a corny festival that's celebrating the local whatever.
Yes. It was
so fun.
We went in not knowing what to expect, right? And they have events and they had bed races.
Oh, fun.
And they were all sort of themed and lots of people dressed as aliens and just all this stuff. And then there was a market where you could go around, and that's where I got all my sweet gear. And
that sounds so fun. Did they have good snacks?
Oh, yeah. And games. We played a little Chuck-a-Luck.
Chuck-a-Luck. I don't know that game.
You don't know Chuck-a-Luck? Is that a Western Pennsylvania thing?
I'm guessing so. I don't know, listeners. Let's do a poll. Let us know if you know Chuck-a-Luck.
Don't say it. So
Chuck-a-Luck. Chuck-a-luckin'.
You know what? I'm going to take you to the festival this summer, and you're going to play, and you're like,
it's
wow.
so fun. Oh,
yeah,
life
you're
changing.
going to love it. Yeah.
I will probably love it. Chuck-a-luck. It's like a bangarang, Rufio. You remember that? From Hook. Do you remember that? It sounds the same.
But you're just like, Chuck-a-luck.
Chuck-a-luck, Rufio.
Wow.
Okay. I like your story. I want to go there.
Oh, and this is another fun fact. So the replica that is prominently displayed is from when Unsolved Mysteries did an episode, and they created the replica, and the town was like, we're going to need to keep that.
They're like, that's awesome. Way to go, Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah. And so, and it was funny because when I saw it and I saw they put like strange markings along the bottom, I was like, somebody deface this thing. And then I was like, oh, just kidding. Got it.
That's
I understand.
The strange markings, the hieroglyphics. Interesting. That's cool.
It's pretty funny.
That's very fun.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you for sharing that story. I love a good, as you know, every UFO story makes me so happy. And
do you think it was an alien aircraft?
Obviously.
I texted my mom too. I was like, hey, do you remember anything, or do you have any anecdotals from this? And she's like, I can't remember. But when I was growing up, I remember her being the first one to tell me about this.
Oh.
And about how people said that they, carted something off covered with a tarp and things like that. Yeah.
That's kind of like, I think sometimes when you're there, when something happens, you're not as into telling the story. It's like, it gets to be sort of like the cheesy thing that you don't want to be associated with your town or something until later. And then it becomes cool again. Like my grandparents, they were a Navy family, but then they retired in Roswell.
Okay.
And so, we would always ask, like, what do you think? And they were like, no, that's not true. That's not real. And it probably really, I think it really was, something happened there, but they didn't want to talk about it, So I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably,
interesting.
Maybe it's just, sometimes you don't want that thing to be the thing that your town is known for.
Yeah. I get that.
But anyway, well, thank you very much for sharing. And I think it's time for Somebody Told Me. Ooh. This story is from our friend Josh. He is a faithful listener, and also we've had one or two stories from him, but he keeps them coming. He's always got some good ones.
He's a spooky guy.
He is a spooky guy and a sweetheart too. All right, so this is what Josh says. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
First, I'd like to congratulate the both of you on hosting such a fun, exciting, and successful podcast that seems to have gone worldwide. Actually, it has gone worldwide. We have had listeners in, like, I don't know. Let's just look. We have had listeners in 32 countries so far.
That's amazing.
Yes.
And we just reached one of our sort of milestone goals just this week.
Yes.
We have 5,000 downloads.
Yes.
Which is incredible. And we're so excited. So thank you for your support.
Yes. Thank you very, very much. And so one of our, like I said, faithful listeners is Josh. So he says, thank you for keeping us on our toes and in touch with what lurks beyond the shadows. As I had said in my previous email, I have had paranormal events happen to me. This particular event took place when I was a young Coast Guardsman stationed on my first ship out of boot camp. Oh, can you just imagine
He's
Josh,
just like so cute.
Young, yes.
He's just like, doo-doo-doo.
Yeah. Like many young Coast Guard men and women, I was excited at the opportunity to join my first cutter crew out of boot camp. The shipboard life is like no other, and I do miss it in retirement. Aw, Josh. That is neither here nor there. Let's get to the good stuff.
Oh, okay.
Or at least what I call the good stuff now looking back on it. I know it's like sometimes when you're going through like your early life, it seems so hard. But then when you look back, you're like, actually, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So upon reporting aboard the cutter, I was put right to work starting on my watch qualifications. The schedule for unqualified watch standards can be pretty arduous. You stand 2 shifts of 4 hours of watch and are still expected to work a full 8-hour day.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes my day would start at 0300 or 3 a.m. and wouldn't end until 2100 or 9 p.m. that night.
That's a long day.
That is a long day. That is motivation enough to work through the qualification process and become a qualified member of the crew. After I finally became qualified, I was talking with a crew member who had told me of a previous member of the crew who had died, not on the ship, but while stationed there.
Oh.
There was a plaque honoring that crew member in the main passageway for everyone to see. This crew member also mentioned that there were anomalies that would occur, like noises in the ship when no one was around or stuff moving on its own that couldn't be explained. As I said before, I don't pay much attention to that stuff, so I shrugged it off and went about my day. It was about a week or two after the conversation that I was standing my 2330 to 0330 watch, or the mid-watch as it's commonly referred to, when I had my own experience. The watch started off like normal, pretty quiet with the occasional air compressor turning on or off or the engine room vent fans blowing some fresh air into the hole, a typical name for the engine room. My first 2 rounds of the ship were standard, taking machinery readings and going about the watch duties as normal. But the 3rd round made me think twice about every watch I would have thereafter.
Ooh.
I was up on one of the upper levels of the ship where we checked the fan room, a room where the vents for the hole run through and provide both intake and exhaust air. There are massive ducts in there, and it was my job to crawl over them to ensure the space was clean and unoccupied. I checked the space, and everything was as it should be. When I shut the door, I went about my rounds up to the bridge to make sure all was secure. While on the bridge, I received a radio call from the guy on the quarterdeck that is the watchstander who checks people on and off the ship to tell me that the light in the fan space was on. Thinking that maybe I forgot to turn it off, I walked down, went in, and turned off the light. As I made my way down the ladder stairs into the mess deck for a cup of coffee, I received another radio call. Again, I was told that the lights came on in the fan space. Now I'm thinking that somebody is messing with me because I was the new guy. So I walk back up to the space, do a thorough walkthrough by crawling over ductwork and looking everywhere for someone hiding, only to find no one.
Ooh.
So I shut the light off and make my way back to the mess deck. While drinking my coffee, I get yet another radio call telling me that the lights are on. That's it, I think to myself. Someone's messing with the new guy and I'm going to handle it.
Oh, you go, Josh.
You go, Josh. Josh can be a little feisty sometimes.
Ooh,
he's a ginger. And he's from Massachusetts too.
Felice
Boston.
is allowed to say that because she has a ginger
I
child.
I have a ginger. Yeah. I mean it in the most respectful way possible, Josh. Don't worry. And all gingers. I go up to the fan space again, walk through it, and find no one. I shut the light off before leaving and think, I'm not falling for this prank. Now, this fan space has one way in through the adjacent room, and I'm determined to see who is messing with me. So I radio down to the quarterdeck and I tell the watchstander to watch the fan space, and I'm going to post up in the adjacent space to catch the culprit of this prank.
Oh.
He's ready. I couldn't have been there for more than 5 minutes when the radio call came through. Security, quarterdeck, did you miss anyone walking through? The lights are on again. At that point, I didn't walk. I ran out of there, leaving those lights on and going straight to the quarterdeck. I told the other watchstander what I experienced, and his response was, "Oh yeah, the ghost. It happens quite a bit. Don't sweat it." Needless to say, it took me some time to get over it, but I did, and finally had an explanation for all the anomalies that happened on the ship. I heard many times throughout my career that ships were haunted or had paranormal activity, but I got to experience it, and it's something I'll never forget.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Also, like, hey, could have used that information before I was standing watch all those nights.
Right? Why didn't they just tell you? Well, I don't know. It probably would have been scary. Just as scary if they're like, and by the way, there's a ghost that turns on that light.
Yeah,
you probably wouldn't. You probably wouldn't believe it anyway. Right. You'd still think that they were messing with you.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Thank you, Josh.
Thanks,
we love you, Josh.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Spooky. And thanks so much for listening to and downloading this episode of the You Two Scare Me podcast.
Listeners, you can help support us by telling everyone about our podcast. Tell all your friends, acquaintances, family, and randos. Spread the spooky love.
Yeah. Help us out by rating and reviewing us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, Amazon, and wherever you get your podcasts. We love to read your sweet comments. Also, check us out on YouTube. Just search for You Two Scare Me podcast and like and subscribe.
Don't forget to visit our website. We have merch. That's the only way we make money right now. So you should check it out. We have some other things in the works, but I don't know, get a cool shirt, get a mug. They are very cute, actually.
There's a lot of cute things.
Stylish.
Yeah.
We have episode notes, photos, and more. And you can listen to our podcast straight on the website. There are players on there. So if there's somebody that's not tech savvy in your family and they don't know how to download an app, you can just send them straight to the website.
Yeah.
Help us out by following us on social media. Follow us on Instagram at you2scareme_podcast or on our Facebook page, You Two Scare Me. You can follow us on our TikTok account. Just search You Two Scare Me podcast, no spaces.
Remember to send us your own stories of UFO encounters, mimics, hauntings, cryptids, time slips, near-death experiences, or anything strange and weird for our Somebody Told Me segment at you2scaremepodcast@gmail.com. That's YOUTWO scare me podcast@gmail.com. I always meet people and they say, "Oh, I have this weird story I've been meaning to send in." This is your call to action. Send it in.
Send it. Also, we love military stories. So if you've got anything about military housing or deployment or
ships like
Josh, please send them.
Yeah.
And we know you have them.
Yeah. Just send them. And even if it's a little story, just send it over.
Yeah.
We can do a bunch of little ones.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Thanks for wandering through the shadows with us.
Until next time, stay curious and beware what lurks beyond the light.